Right, right.
So that's, and then of course the plant sterols that we add that lower cholesterol even more than oatmeal on its own just enhances its taste and texture. So it's an opportunity to get just a very unique oatmeal experience. And as I said, it's not a little bit better in terms of lowering cholesterol than regular oatmeal. It is a lot better. It is multiple times better than the typical oatmeal product.
Well, even though it's wrapping up for the month of March, I can tell you at the end of this hour, we're actually going to be launching the April specials, including Andrew's world-famous CoQ10. So stick around towards the end of our hour. In about half an hour or so, we'll be launching CoQ10 as well as some other things. I do want to spend a moment here because it's one of Andrew's newer products. A lot of great feedback for helping to combat stress, promote relaxation, attention, and focus without drowsiness. Andrew, I was really intrigued about your story about theanine, because isn't this from the tea? Is that correct?
It's funny, it's sort of a coincidence that we introduced this product now, because what theanine is really all about, it's a natural way to create calming effect without drowsiness. There's things like valerian. We have a valerian product that's a great way for calming, but unfortunately it comes with drowsiness. It's better to take before you go to sleep. Although lots of folks I know rely, including Muriel, she loves theanine at the end of the day because she finds it calming and easier to go to sleep. But theanine, the way I discovered theanine initially, I'm someone that if you gave me a tiny little espresso coffee, I'd be bouncing off the walls.
Right.
But I could drink a quart of green tea, and meaning that that green tea has much more. It probably has 10 times the caffeine of that little tiny espresso. Why can I drink a quart of green tea without having any stimulating effect that's uncomfortable at all? But that little espresso has me bouncing off the walls. And the answer is the word you're looking at on the screen. It's theanine. And theanine is an amino acid, but it's not an amino acid that is a structural protein. It's an amino acid that's really only found in substantial quantities in green tea, in tea itself, highest levels in green tea. And so for me, what I've now learned to do, if I'm going to have an espresso before I go for a run or a hike or a bike ride, because that espresso will get me going for exercise, I'll take a theanine at the same time because it exerts that calming effect. But what it also does, theanine, it's great if you have work to do, if you have to write something. Again, for exercise, it's great because it gives you that focus. And if you're looking for something that's both calming and gives you that focused attention span, and there's been great clinical studies looking at the effect on our brainwave, so this is not something that's just subjective, but they have objective data where they're looking at how it affects our brains. So it's a wonderful natural tool. It passes through the blood-brain barrier, so it delivers its benefits directly to the brain, and it's nothing more than a simple amino acid. It's just an amino acid that's not present in structural protein, because we have, of course, our muscles, structural protein in our body. There's a couple of dozen amino acids, including about 8 essential amino acids. And then, of course, those amino acids make up enzymes. Those amino acids make up things like hemoglobin, insulin, but you will not find theanine in any of those structures or tissues or cellular structures within our body. You will uniquely find theanine in green tea, and it's just a remarkable property, especially now, because we need to be present.
Right.
We need to really be present to deal with what we're dealing with. But to the extent something can help us relax without numbing us out, without taking us away, because we might have to watch our kids at home, because our kids aren't at school or whatever other things are going on. We might feel like tearing our hair out of our head for whatever reasons, or whoever it is nearby. This is a nice way to stay present, but exert a calming effect. And it's something that I looked online. I was actually surprised because we only introduced this a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
There's already 2 reviews, and both of them we're sort of used to this, and both of them are 5-star reviews.
Yeah. Well, the pricing is so affordable as well, which is always exciting. I mean, we're at $49.90 for the largest size, so really effective. Obviously, we're seeing that in the reviews coming through. And to Andrew, your point, you know, at this moment in time, it might be the kids being home. It might be because we're watching the news. And I think that we tend to watch too much news. Spouse.
Oh, well, the news. Well, it might be our spouse that we love, but we're not used to spending quite that time in close proximity to one another. I must say that there are 2 people, they're not people, the 2 folks that are benefiting the most from all of this, Lincoln and Marcel. They are so excited. In fact, today when I walked out the front door, they looked at me like, where are you going? Why are you leaving us? Don't you live here with us all the time now? So, but otherwise, I think this is a change. Change is stressful. And as I said before, we have to be disciplined about our smartphone use. We have to be disciplined about watching the news on TV. You need to spoon feed it just so you're aware of the things you need to know in terms of, in fact, next weekend, we have our shows next weekend, and we'll be Skyping in our shows next weekend. And when I was about 10 or 11 years old, my uncle, who was a cardiothoracic surgeon at Johns Hopkins Hospital. And when I was 10 or 11 years old, I remember him teaching me how to properly wash your hands as if you're going to do heart surgery.
Right.
So imagine whenever I was getting ready for dinner or whatever, I was washing my hands like a heart surgeon. So I would take a couple of minutes washing my hands. So it's something that always stayed with me. And then in school, of course, we had to learn how to sterilize and do all those things. So I had a head start. So if everybody likes what I'll do when we shoot next weekend, I'll do a quick little lesson on my own personal way that I learned, because it's hard to remember exactly how to do it, but I found a way to learn how to do it so you remember all the little steps along the way to wash your hands perfectly, which, by the way, you don't have to use all the fancy disinfectants with chemical disinfecting agents or alcohol and things. If you have water, soap and water is brilliant. It does everything you need to do.
Oh, that's great. I mean, Andrew, it's great information. We appreciate it so much. We appreciate this time that we get to spend with you. I mean, the reality is we're all, you know,